Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into enduring relationships. What makes them last?
Yeah, that's a great question.
We've got some insights here from the art of enduring marriage, looking
Yeah.
for those, secrets. Our goal is basically to pull out the core wisdom for you. A shortcut, maybe?
Definitely not just one single secret, though.
Yeah.
The source is clear. It's more like a mix, values, habits, mindset, things that build up resilience over the long haul.
Okay, resilience. I like that.
We'll dig into those different pieces.
All right, let's start with the foundation, I guess. Communication. Sounds almost too simple, like just talk, right? But what's the real key here, according to the source? What makes it, work?
Well, the book really hammers this home. Open, honest, and respectful communication is essential. That's the baseline.
Okay.
But crucially, it adds that listening matters as much as speaking, maybe even more sometimes.
Okay. That's often overlooked, isn't it?
Totally. It's not just about saying your piece. It's about really hearing them, picking up on the stuff they aren't saying explicitly, validating feelings, even if you don't agree,
Right, not just planning your comeback while they talk.
Exactly. The book suggests that kind of deep listening that builds way more intimacy than just finding the perfect words. It covers the big stuff and the small everyday things.
That definitely adds depth.
Yeah.
Okay, so if communication is solid, then it shifts to how we value each other. Mutual respect. What does that actually look like day to day, according to the book?
It's defined pretty clearly as valuing each other's opinions, time, boundaries, and individuality.
Individuality, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's positioned as non-negotiable. It's what stops disagreements, which will happen, from causing, permanent damage. You can argue, but you still respect the person.
That makes sense.
And this ties right into having shared goals and values, which doesn't necessarily mean you want the exact same things minute by minute, but you're aligned on the big picture. Family, money, the future. You're building the shared vision like a team, but respecting each person's role and path within it.
Okay, team vision. Got it. Now, trust. Seems obvious for a strong relationship, but the book has a pretty stark warning, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's powerful. It says, trust takes time to build and seconds to break.
Wow.
Seconds.
Yeah. And it's not always about huge betrayals. It can be eroded by small things.
Yes.
Not following through, not being quite transparent, even about little stuff. That unreliability adds up.
So consistency is key.
Exactly. Transparency and keeping promises are like the bedrock for maintaining that trust. Small cracks can really widen over time, makes rebuilding much harder.
Okay, so life gets hectic. We're all busy. How do couples keep that connection strong when there's so many demands on their time? How do they stop drifting?
It's less about the amount of time, apparently, and more about the quality, about being emotionally available.
Emotionally available.
Mm.
Meaning putting the phone down, making eye contact, actually connecting, even if it's brief. 15 minutes, maybe. The book talks about little rituals, like a quick check-in.
Okay, intentional moments.
Right. And then, when things go wrong, because they always do, forgiveness. The book says forgiveness means letting go and moving forward.
Letting go completely.
Yeah, it's pretty firm on that. Holding grudges poisons relationships. It keeps the past alive in a bad way and blocks any real future connection.
That's tough, but makes sense.
Yeah.
People also change over time, right? How do couples handle that? Growing together instead of, growing apart into strangers.
That's a big focus. Successful couples, it says, manage to grow together rather than apart, but it's not passive.
How so?
It means actively supporting your partner's growth, celebrating their wins, adapting as their dreams shift. And this flows right into intimacy, both emotional and physical.
Intimacy.
Yeah, and the book stresses it needs intentionality, especially as time passes. You have to keep rediscovering each other, talk openly about desires, find new ways to connect, keep it alive and evolving.
Okay, intentionality again. So what about the less serious stuff? The book mentions some, let's call them unsung heroes of a lasting marriage.
Definitely. Humor and fun get a good mention.
Laughter.
Yes. Not forced jokes, but shared laughter. Inside jokes, keeping things light when possible. The book argues it's a huge stress buffer, builds connection.
I could see that.
And then the final piece, maybe the biggest, commitment. The source puts it so well. Love is a feeling, but commitment is a decision.
A decision, not just a feeling.
Right. A daily choice. To show up, to work through stuff, to choose your partner, even when maybe the fuzzy feelings aren't front and center that day.
So putting it all together, these insights from The Art of Enduring Marriage, they show it's not about one magic bullet. It's this consistent mix of actions and attitudes, a journey.
Absolutely. It's ongoing work, which leads to maybe a final thought for you listening right now. If commitment is a daily decision, what's one small intentional choice you could make today? Maybe something that pushes you a bit to really nurture a relationship that matters to you.